Hello creative friends, I'm Anastasia and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm giving my thrifted decor a beautiful and fresh look using DIY techniques that are simple but add so much character to each piece. I'll also show you how I styled my finds to bring lots of warmth and personality to my home. Let's go! I found this pillow at a local thrift store and I bought it because inside there is a beautiful down pillow that's in great condition and it was only $5. I like to wash my thrifted pillows just in the washing machine, so I'm putting this one in there along with another down pillow on the other side to balance it out, and I'm washing on a delicate cycle. I'm drying them on a low heat with dryer balls to make them fluffy, and I had to run them 4 or 5 times on low so that they were completely dry. I ordered a new pillowcase on Amazon and I want to create a Blockprint pattern on it. Hobby Lobby has a pretty good collection of stamps and I found these 2 floral ones which I felt were pretty similar to the popular Blockprint styles that I'm seeing on lots of pillows and blankets in stores. I practiced a bunch of times on an extra piece of linen that I had and I ended up choosing this more simple flower. If you have a thinner fabric, I recommend putting a piece of cardboard between the layers to avoid bleed through. I'm mixing coffee bean with a little berry wine paint to get the exact color I want. I brushed on a light layer of paint, and on this first one I pressed pretty hard, and you can see that it had some excess paint around the border, so on the next one I went a little lighter on the paint and I didn't press as hard, and it turned out perfect. Brushing the paint on the stamp was time consuming, so I made my own kind of ink pad by brushing a light layer of paint on my paint tray, then pressing my stamp into that, and it worked a lot faster that way. I'm just eyeballing the lines, but you can mark your lines with painter's tape if you want. I made sure my first line was pretty straight, and then I used the stems to line up my stamp for each row that followed. I'm stamping each flower in between the 2 flowers above it so that the rows are offset from each other. I love the variation that this has because each stamp does turn out a little bit differently. It gives it that handmade look that block printing is known for, since traditionally it's all stamped by hand rather than printed by a machine. It took a while to complete the pattern, but I put a TV show on and I absolutely loved doing this project. To set the paint, you want to apply some sort of heat, whether it be an iron or the dryer. So I put mine in the dryer on a high heat for a couple of minutes. This turned out even better than I thought it would, and it makes me want to try this on other pillows, lampshades, or cafe curtains because I really love this result. If you happen to be wondering why we don't have a headboard yet, it's because we just upgraded to a king size mattress from a queen, so a special thank you to Birch Living for sponsoring today's video. They are currently running their Memorial Day sale, so I have an exclusive discount code for you guys. Use code BirchPartner27 for 27% off your mattress plus 2 free pillows. For years, we have had hand-me-down mattresses that were not very comfortable, and we would just have to put like a 4-inch foam topper on them just for a little bit of comfort, but we constantly were waking up feeling sluggish and with lower back pain. So when Birch reached out, I knew this was the perfect opportunity to finally get a good quality mattress. We got the Birch Luxe Natural mattress, and I genuinely wake up feeling so rested on it, which has helped my days just be overall a lot more productive. We also went for a king size because our dog Hazel is a total bed hog. She looks innocent, but don't be fooled. I had no idea about this, but many mattresses are made with fiberglass and off-gassing polyurethane foams. But Birch uses responsibly sourced materials like 100% natural latex, organic cotton, and organic wool, which are all naturally breathable, non-toxic, and fiberglass free. I was honestly a little nervous about ordering a mattress online, but the Birch Luxe Natural mattress really exceeded our expectations. We have not woken up with back pain since switching to this mattress, and my husband, who sleeps hot, has been very comfortable with the breathable cotton cover With Birch, you get a 100-night sleep trial, which is more than 3 months to make sure you love it. Birch will also deliver right to your front door for free in the US, and they have an option to come in and set it up for you, so it can be a totally hands-off experience for you, if you want it to be. I honestly love my Birch Living mattress, and I think you would too. So check out birchliving.com/Anastasia and use my exclusive code BirchPartner27 to get 27% off your mattress order and get 2 free pillows during their Memorial Day sale. Thank you again to Birch Living for sponsoring. Now let's get on to our next DIY. This next DIY is a super quick and easy one. I thrifted this cute flower candle holder at Goodwill for 99 cents, and I thought it had potential. It only had one little crystal chain on it left, so I removed that, and I also removed the wax and gave it a good clean with soap and water. Now I'm simply going to spray it with champagne bronze to change the tone of it to make it look more like an antique gold. It's super simple but really sweet, and it adds a sculptural element to my decor. Y'all know I always look in the lamp section when I'm thrifting, and this thrift store had lots of lamps, including these that had a concrete look to them. They were $15 each, and I thought the 3-dimensional leaf design was pretty unique. I also found this precious little gold lamp that was $10, and it came with a shade. I already loved the color of this, so I was happy to pay $10 for it, but I did not love this yellowy beige lampshade, so I wanted to try a DIY to cover the shade in fabric. I've been seeing a lot of these adorable pleated lampshades coming back in style, so I wanted to experiment with upcycling some of my thrifted shades in this way. I thrifted this twin bed sheet for 99 cents, which I'm going to use for fabric. You essentially want to cut a bunch of strips that are an inch or 2 longer than the height of your lampshade. And you want them to be about 2 inches wide. I used the entire length of the twin sheet for this lampshade, so definitely keep in mind that you will need a lot more fabric than you think you will. Once I've got my 2-inch strips, I'm going to iron down one side of the fabric. So I'm folding in one side to about the middle and then ironing it down. This creates a pretty finished edge for our pleats. The rest of this is very repetitive because we are just hot gluing all of these strips to the lampshade. But I'll first share my mistake so y'all don't make the same mistake. I was spacing out the strips the same distance at the top as they were at the bottom, which was creating this major slant to my pleats. So I learned that on a tapered shade like this, you want the fabric strips to be close to each other at the top and farther from each other at the bottom. So you can see that I'm gluing them about 1/4 of an inch apart at the top and about 3/4 of an inch apart at the bottom. Once I've hot glued them all the way around at the top, then I'm going around and adjusting the spacing at the bottom, then gluing those down as well. I'm trimming off the excess fabric at the top, leaving just a little bit extra to wrap around the top lip. Then I'm just hot gluing inside that rim and folding the fabric down over it. I'm doing the same thing to the bottom, so I trimmed off the extra. Now I'm hot gluing inside the rim and folding that fabric around. I followed Mitzi and Company's tutorial for this on YouTube, but I am doing my edges a little bit differently than she did, so I will link her video in the description in case you want to watch hers as well. She did a really good in-depth tutorial. You could call it finished here, but I wanted to cover up those rough looking edges on the inside, so I got an extra strip of fabric and I'm hot gluing that all the way around at the top and the bottom of the shade to give it a more finished look. Now I wouldn't call this a quick DIY, but I would do this again. I could also see myself trying this with some 2-inch ribbon so that I can skip the step of cutting all of the fabric. The smaller size of this lamp just felt like a kitchen lamp to me, and it fit perfectly under my cabinets, so I styled it here in my kitchen with some other thrifted decor. I love it when I find a nice basket while thrifting, and this one for $2 was sturdy and a good size, but the color just wasn't right for my decor. I could tell that it used to have handles that were cut off, but I think once I make the color darker, that won't be noticeable. I'm trying out this Rust-Oleum decorative aged glaze spray. To me, it behaved just like a spray paint. It was very full coverage and very matte. And after 2 coats, it completely covered up the existing color. I'm also giving it a clear coat. I love that baskets are so versatile and what they can be used for. I love using them in practical ways to add a touch of pretty to items that are not so pretty. I'm storing some of my art books and paint and fabric samples so that they're out of eyesight but still within reach. I think this basket would also be great for holding extra toilet paper in the bathroom or linen closet. I loved today's projects, especially trying the block printing and pleated shade DIYs for the first time. I hope this video gave you some inspiration to go create something beautiful of your own and have fun while doing it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.